Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Temur Eldrazi ramp on the draw, on the play for game one. Ugh, this hand's rough. I'm thinking we pitch. So we go turn one, hope we draw into a 7-minute value spell. Pitch the Sprawl. It's not horrible, it's not great. Like, maybe we should have pitched the K return, but there's a world where the K return is relevant. Chalice on 0. Theater. Chalice on 0 and Theater. Huh. K command. Trigger. No imprints. Oh, shoot. Is this, with that new Noctis card? And basically they're trying to loop 0 mana value spells? Yeah, I think it is. Right? That's the only explanation that I have. Mind Stone. Draw. Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. So in that case, we can cast Chrysalis. And pass. I'm not saying Noctis is 4 mana. So we have K command available to us, X4. Yeah, that's what I think is happening here. Karn. Well, that's unexpected. Karn resolves. KGC minus for what? Liquid metal coating? Ensnaring bridge. Passing. Draw. Well, the good news is we have the World Breaker, so we can just simply get rid of the bridge. I will cast K command. And done. Triggers on the stack. So Karn will be down. I will top, bottom, top and draw. Play Forest for turn, go to combat, hit Karn. Karn is down. We'll pass. Oh, I guess I could have played the Talisman. Forgot about that since Karn was down. Right. Bloodstainmire. Fetch. This might be like a red prison build with Blood Moons. Cleansing Wildfire. Float. Yes. Forest. Casting. Or first they're going to phase change. And bridge. There's the bridge. Draw. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Breeding Pool Shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Talisman. World Breaker. Trigger 1, trigger 2. Exile Bridge. Attack for 6. Lethal's on board. Paying cost for Karn, sure. Minus Karn, 4. Bridge. Yeah? You don't have enough mana. And lethal's on board. Theater. Trigger. You need a blocker, even if with a blocker, though, we have the K return. And we got there. So yeah, this looks like a prison build. Prison? Yeah, I'll just put it as prison, I suppose. Let's see. Wastegate Battle Mage seems good. Flute seems relevant. K return, probably not. Ghost Quarter, I'm not sure about. Neither am I sure about Bog. And maybe cut, I don't know, Emrakul? Run it back like this. Like, we didn't see any creatures, so it's hard to say what their end goal is. I didn't see Blood Moon either, but I have to assume that's what they're going for. I will keep. I will pass. We'll Misty Rainforest, Utopia Sprawl for blue. Because we don't have... I guess we still have Chrysalis, so I guess we should go for red since we do have the breeding pool here. Saga, okay, so yeah. That checks out. Bauble, Opal, and draw. In that case, Forest, Sprawl for red, pass, pass. So next turn we can go Misty Rainforest, Forest, Sprawl for blue. And then Rumble. Mountain, draw, Chrysalis. Misty Rainforest, fetch. Forest, Sprawl for blue. Malevolent Rumble. Suppose we'll hold the blue. We don't need the red. Talisman of Curiosity is curious. We also could go Cyrus Seven Deaths or Ugin Lab. Let's go Ugin Lab. And pass. I guess there is some thought to going for the non-basics, but my main concern is a Blood Moon, right? A Braid, yes. And hold, Saga. They can't tap for Construct, that's fine. 3 cards in hand. Expedition map. To find a land. I guess they have the Opal online now. Interesting. Blood Moon is fine. We had played around that. So I'm fine with this. So what we can do is we can just play the breeding pool without issue. And draw Ugin. Breeding pool. Writhing Chrysalis. So we can play Ugin next turn and start a 2-turn clock. Otherwise we can swing Mycospawn. And draw. Get a land. That's fine. So you'll have... Actually, Opal's offline now. Interesting. There's a Saga. You can't tap that for mana. Because it comes into play as a mountain, while yes, it has 1 counter, it doesn't have the chapter, so it cannot tap for mana. That was a misplay. Wastegate Battle Mage. So we can do a lot here. So I'm thinking that we start with... I guess we could start with Wastegate Battle Mage, exile Blood Moon. That would be colorless green. That'd leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, I will kick. And one more. Triggers, Wayscape, target Moon. So Moon is down. Bauble, target me. Ugin Lab, Imprint Drift, and kick a Myco Spawn. Okay, I'm definitely liking Wayscape. And we'll go to combat after I pick up an E-Temp. Yeah. Combat. Down to 16. Bauble trigger. 4 cards in hand. Bauble. What else you got, friend? You currently have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have Ugin. 2 mana for Chalice of the Void X1? Sure. Bloodstained Mire, fetch for a Surveil land. Yep. That is A-okay by me. Cleansing Wildfire to yard. Makes sense. I will kick another Myco Spawn. Oh, did I tap too many? That's fine. Kick Myco. Get rid of the theater. And I'll go for another E-Temp. Go to combat. 4, 6, 11. Lethal's on board. I mean, you would need a bridge, and you don't have mana for a card into bridge unless you run bridge main, which could be a thing. If it is a red prison style deck, I could see that. And Bone scoops it up. Alright, we'll take the win against Red Prison. We'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. I'll keep it. It's not my favorite hand in the world, but it's workable. Breeding Pool, Shock, Utopia Sprawl for red. Does Utopia Sprawl resolve? If it gets forced, we're in trouble. For red, thank God for that. Pass. We'll rumble first, then bog if we need. I'd love to see a soul land off the top, though. Flooded Strand fetch down to 19 for Godless Shrine Shock for Thoughtseize. Prismatic Ending. Land off top. We do not hit a land off top. The Jukabog, target you, and pass. So we have Rumble next turn. If we draw into a land, we can Talisman and Rumble. So I'm thinking Blink would be my guess. Blue to Delta fetch. Hollowed Fountain, Shock. Could be Esper Blink, Frog. Yeah, looking like Esper Blink. Would love a soul land off the top. Temple, no. Malevolent Rumble. Eldrazi Temple. Play the Temple. I want to hold the spawn so we can block with it. And pass. Guess I should hold. There might be relevance for K command X equals 1. Thoughtseize. I mean, yeah, I let it resolve. So this also could be Oculus. Esper Oculus or Esper Murktide. I mean, the right pull here is definitely the K command. And now we just need to hope they don't have a force. Yeah. Do you pitch a card to float the frog? Go to combat. Go to blocks. We block. Second main. Do you have a land? Take this archive. 4 in hand. Swamp to yard. Spellbomb. Shields down unless they have a force. Let's fire off the K command. Ramp. Exile. And done. Pass. Yeah, the force. No force. Okay. Hold in case we need to cast this K command. If not, we'll likely just pass next turn and use the K command as a permission spell. Sack and response. And phase change. Second main, Water Grave Shock. Flicker Wisp. Okay. Sack and response. So it kind of looks like Blink, then draw. E10. Talisman. You have a K command, X equals 3. So I think I want to hold this K command for Ketra then. I don't think they're going to be running much in the way of counter spells. Yeah. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. They heal Spellbomb. They're going to draw a card. Exile a yard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would have been nice, but not the world. 3 cards in hand. Casts Frog. Put a pause on end step. Attack for 3. And attempt to exile Frog. Do I want to ramp though? No, I want to scry draw and exile. And Frog down. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to go bottom, top, top and draw, and draw. 1, 2, 6, 7, and pass. And pass. I mean, if they Solitude the Sire, that'd be fine, because they'll go down to 3, we'll cast other Sire, then basically they won't be able to do anything. So yeah, imagine they grab Solitude. The question is, do I have a white card to pitch? 'Tis the question of the day. 2 cards in hand currently. They pick up Felia. That's surprising. No attacks. Trigger, draw. Ugin Lab, go combat. And if this goes through, it's pseudo hexproof. In that case, Sire number 2. Like, I don't think you can do anything about 2 of them. Especially with your life total under 7. Your opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win against Blink. Alright, so we want Wayscape Battle Mage in, Dismember in, Grafdigger's Cage doing nothing. I'm going to assume they have Ketra, so we're going to cut Bog, keep the Ghost Quarter, cut an Emrakul. What do you want to cut here? Like, Sire's decent, Breaker's good, Ugin's good, so I guess cut Null Drifter, either that or cut 3 Chrysalis. And we'll cut Chrysalis and run it back. We can bring a Chrysalis back in next game if we go to game 3. Alright. Given that they're on blue, they're going to bring in Consigned to Memory. That much is painfully obvious. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it. I don't foresee anything else coming in. I guess White Orchid Phantom. Yeah, so White Orchid Phantom, maybe Vindicate. We have to be a bit more aware of. We can't really do much about Vindicate, but we can play around White Orchid. I will keep. I will pass. Shadowy Backstreet. Draw. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Emrakul. Cast Talisman. And pass. And pass. Do you have a White Orchid Phantom? White Orchid Phantom. Trigger. Yes. Forest. Yeah, we saw that as a potential thing happening. So, Utopia Sprawl. For red. Forest. I don't really want to put this on here. But I think I need to. For blue. And pass. Hold up the K return. Worst case is definitely a Vindicate. Attack for 2. And draw. Dismember. Misty Rain. 4, 6, short 1. There is Felia. In response, K return. And pass. And hold. 2. Overload Belmer. ETB triggers. Takes back, I imagine, Felia. Chooses Witch Enchanter. Land, tapped, pause on end step. Fetch Misty Rain. Commercial District, trigger. Wastegate Battle Mage to top. Wastegate Battle Mage, kicker. Exile the Bailmerk, and pass. And pass. Flicker Wisp. That sucks. Target the forest. I'll float. Yeah, we'll just phase change. Trigger. Down to 4, draw, Ghost Quarter. I mean, I can't block, so I might as well offer the trade. Down to 16, we'll hold the Dismember. A Temple would be good. Down to 13, second main, casting, Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp, target Witch Enchanter. In response, I will Ghost Quarter the Witch Enchanter. And pass. To the plains, we draw. Sprawl. For blue. Combat. Swing. Down to 14, we draw. I'll take 6 down to 7. I desperately need a way to cast the Sire so I can sweep. 3, Prismatic Ending, resolve, so I need K return or Null Drift would be good. passing, draw, Ephem in response. Draw. E-temp wouldn't have cut it anyways. We would have been at 6 because they... man, they just had all the right answers at the right time. Yeah, we had at 6. We'll concede. And lost for game 2. Let's move to game 3. I will cut Gemstone for Writhing Chris and run it back. Again, I don't imagine they're going to be bringing in too much more than they already have. Like I said, Vindicate, White Orchid Phantom, Consign to Memory. And we guarantee the White Orchid, or at least we verify the White Orchid and the Consign to Memory. Oh boy. Alright. On the play for game 3, we mulligan this. I'll keep this. What do we pitch though? The Cavernous Souls? Yeah. Done. Hugin Lab. Imprint. Cast Talisman. And pass. And pass. Watery Grave, Shock for Thoughtseize. I mean, the Cake Command's the right pick here, right? Yeah. Draw. E-temp. Rumble. Trigger. Could go Talisman. Would mean we lose out on the Drift, though. We'll go Misty. That way we can always evoke the Drift next turn. And hold. I guess actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Overlord the Bailmerk. Resolves. But pause on end step. There's White Orchid Phantom. I imagine they choose that. Trigger. Return. Null Drift. I mean, this is 7 mana on 3. Trigger. Draw. Sanctum of Ugin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Null Drift. Cast for types in Yard. I would like to see some action, please. Draw 2. Cake Command is nice, especially with the Sanctum. They will blow up an E-temp most likely, though. Paying cost for Thoughtseize takes the Cake Command. That's unfortunate. Hallowed Fountain shocked at 10. White Orchid Phantom blows up an E-temp. Yes, we'll grab a Forest. Solitude. Jeez. Target. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I could evoke here. There's a thought to doing so. I'm gonna go Sanctum though and pass. And pass. We're kind of just pinging them not having the Ephem. Paying cost. White Orchid, doesn't matter. But it is more fodder that we can sweep. Forest. Meticulous Archive, 1 in hand. Roll the Bailmerk. Misty Rain, pass. Take 4. 2 cards in hand. 7. Paying cost. Thoughtseize, of course. Hits Null Drift. 0 cards in hand. Misty Rainforest fetch. Or Commercial District. Trigger. Wooded Foothills to Yard. 6 types in Yard and passing. Draw. Breeding Pool tapped. And pass. I need a 7-mana life spell off the top, and desperately so. Shouting Backstreet, Surveil trigger, and they keep it on the top. Pass. Four down to 12. Paying cost for Flickerwisp, target White Orchid. That's a sinkhole now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. We can cast everything in our deck right now. No. Draw. And we lose. 5, 7, 10, 12 exactly. Yes, concede. I guess one thing I could have done, I forget if I had the lab in hand, I could have tucked the Drifter. That may have been the right move, actually. Damn. Yeah, we can concede. We just drew into nothing but bricks, unfortunately. Alright. Well, that was unfortunate. We'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. That's a mulligan. This is looking better-ish. We'll keep it. We'll pitch a Sire. Opponent's gonna Leyline. Well, that's unfortunate. So in that case, we're in Catacombs, pass, but a pause on end step. We'll go Commercial District to go digging. So this is Zoo. Though then again, it could also be Rainbow Rhinos. There is definitely a possibility. Worst thing we could see here is a turn 1 Ragavan. And the answer is... Interesting. No plays. No Ragavan. Could be a Bolt, though. I will fetch for Commercial District. Trigger. Cavern Souls to Yard. And draw. Emrakul. We'll go Windswept Teeth and pass. We'll put a pause on end step just to thin a bit, right? Thundering Falls. Trigger. Trigger resolves. It's a Lush Portico to Yard, but a pause on end step once again. Worst second thing, I mean, Kavu would be fine, Silent would be less than ideal. It's a dashed Ragavan, so they did have a Ragavan. In that case, in response, I'm gonna fetch for a Breeding Pool tapped. And then you can go. What do you hit, friend? Eldrazi Temple's fine. Dash Ragavan to hand, draw. Jesus Christ. Alright, E-Temp into E-Temp. We'll pass. All the E-Temps is what we have. Is another dashed Ragavan. It is another dashed Ragavan. For 2, please don't hit a Chrysalis or Mycospawn. Eye of Ugin, or Ugin Eye of Storms is fine. And casting Kavu. Ragavan back to hand. Draw. K command. A little bit concerned about a Stubborn Denial, but we might just need to fire it off regardless. One would be X equals 1 if it's Spectral Denial. So I'm going to ramp and exile. We're going to keep one up for Spectral Denial on the off chance that is what they have instead of Stubborn Denial. Does a resolve. There's Stubborn Denial. 3 types in Yard. Next turn we can cast Breaker or Sire. We'll go Sire. That way they have a Leyline Binding. We can then exile the binding to the Breaker. 4 cards. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 down to 7. Do you have a Tribal Flames to put me down to 2? Kavu Pitch. Kavu Pitch 4. Temple. 3 cards in hand. 7 hits a Forest. Ragavan the hand and draw. Sowing Mycospawn. Again, we're going to cast Sire, 7 deaths. The problem is if they do have, if they do have Leyline Binding, we lose to a dashed Ragavan. End step. Fetch Wooded Foothills. Steam Vents tapped. Fetch Flooded Strand. Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass. Do you have a Leyline Binding? Do you have a Tribal Flames and Bolt? Draco, okay. That is fine. Dashed Ragavan is fine. I mean, I'm going to block the Kavu as much as I would like to block the Ragavan. Block the Kavu for strike damage. Log up the 14, down to 12. K command would have been nice. Ragavan back to hand. Bolt, pay 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short. Draw. Talisman. Well, I would like to World Break, hit the Scion, but we're going to have to instead World Break, hit the Binding, or the Leyline of the Guild Pact. There we go. Sanctum trigger, I'm going to say no. And pass. So we have a blocker for the Scion of Draco. Next turn we can Sowing Mycospawn, as well as Talisman and set up for the Emrakul. Wooded Foothills, fetch. Blood Crypt, shock to 13. 3 cards in hand, one of them's a Ragavan. Paying cost for Flage. Okay, that's okay because we can Bajuka Bog. Tribal Flames. Yep, we'll take 4 down to 8. Ragavan's in hand. And draw. Emrakul. Confirming we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Talisman of Impulse. And kick the Mycospawn. You only have 1 white, actually you have 2 white sources, 1 black source. We'll get rid of the black source. And then Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog, target you. So Flage out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we do have Emrakul next turn. Attack for 4. Do you have the Tribal Flames to close it out? 4. And combat main. 1, 2, 3. Actually wouldn't be dead, funny enough. Sprawl. Red. Let's hope that you don't have a binding. Sanctum of Ugin trigger. I will grab a Sire of 7 Deaths. Go to combat. I will not attack. Silent Draco and Ragavan. Opponent's going to scoop it up. I don't know how we got the win there, but we got it. That was a close one. All right. Well, we are going to bring in Wastecape Battle Mage as well as Dismember. I will cut Ghost Quarter, Emrakul, and Ugin's a little bit rough at times, but can also be good. World Breaker's good. Null Drifter's kind of okay. Sire's good. And I'll cut an Ugin and 2 Chrysalis. Run it back. Yeah, the fact that Wastecape does not specify non-creature artifact or enchantment is pretty relevant. Alright, on the draw for game 2. You need a 7-mana value spell, so 9 hits, or a green source, which would be 9 hits, so 18. And we'll keep it. Pass. Temple would be fine as well. So we'd move from 18 to 22 hits off the top and 2 draws. It's a bit risky, but we'll take it. 17, Ragavan. Ragavan's rough. Draw. Dismember. Well, it gives a little bit of meaning here. We'll just... actually, we don't dismember the monkey yet. Done. And hold. In case they want to dash. So we wait till beginning of combat. Actually... yeah, beginning of combat. It may have actually been right to hit the monkey earlier in case of denial. Yeah, that would kind of sucked. Second main. Fetch. Wooded Foothills. Breeding Pool Shock. Silent Draco. Or Kavu. Psychic Frog. Sire's 7 Deaths. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Cast Talisman. And pass. So we could do a few things next turn. We could go K Command, exile the frog if shields are down. Otherwise we can go not Chrysalis, but Myco Spawn. Attack for 1. Do you pitch any cards? I'm a little bit worried about Obsidian Charmoff, which is a ley line of the Guild Pact. Okay. Draws a card up to 4. Down to 14. 14 all. There's a Kavu. E-Temp. In that case, I am thinking of kicking Myco Spawn. I'm gonna go for their blue source. Yeah, they can sign. You do not. I'm gonna go for a forest and sprawl. Sprawl for red, so we can play the Chrysalis. 2, 4, 5, 6. We're one short of the Sire. Kavu's down to 2. They'll likely just grab a Triumph to bring it up to 5. Maybe 4 at the very least. No, Lush Portico. Maybe no Triumphs. Interesting. I mean, we'll snap block the Frog if they don't float it. No blue is good. Means no Spectral Denial. Arid Mesa. Arid Mesa fetched 12. There's a Thundering Falls, but that's fine. Kavu up to 5. Go to combat. Kavu, trigger, exiles, really? So you like all the cards you have in hand. Even more of a reason to block like this then. Pitch a Flage. Well, now we want to get Flage out of yard. Draw. Malevolent Rumble. So let's start with... Well, cast Malevolent Rumble. I'm gonna go sowing my... There's a few different choices here. The problem is Leyline Binding kind of hurts me in almost every choice. So we could go sowing Myco Spawn. I could go Writhing Chris. With Writhing Chris, I could go K Command X2 to exile Frog and exile Flage. Yeah, that seems right. Otherwise, I guess I could go Myco. No, we're gonna go Chrysalis. Chrysalis. K command. So we're going to exile Flage, exiles Frog. Trigger 1. Trigger 2, hold up a spawn. And exile, exile. 1, 2. Done. And one more. And done. And pass. So we can block the Kavu. We'll hold. Begin combat. Trigger. Discard a card. It's a Flage. Go to blocks. Sack the spawn, trigger, and pass in full. Do you have the land? You do. Shoot. If you have a white source, you have Flage. We're not dead yet, mind you. 2, 4, 5, 6. I would like a land for the Sire then. That's unfortunate. Flage. Flage pings Chrysalis. Or me. Chrysalis down. Land. Wayscape. Well, that's interesting. So, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 2 would be 6. Or 8 minus 4 is 4. Yes, this works. So we are going to kick a Myco spawn. Leave blue black. Leave blue back. Jesus. Let's see. Don't care for blue. And then I will grab an E-temp. And then I'm going to kick the Wasescape. Blue. 2. Target Flage, back to hand of you. And pass. Next turn we can play the Sire. Because we exiled blue-red, right? Yeah. Kavu, that's fine. Next turn we have Sire. Draw. K return. Return Sire to hand. And pass. No attacks. And pass. You have a Leyline Binding. Land. You can push me to 3 with the Flage. Down to 11. Shock down to 9. Paying cost. Flage. Flage targets. Do you have a bolt to finish me? It's the Myco spawn. Okay. Draw. Go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're short 1 for what I want to do. Attack with Sire. So Sire, for all intent and purpose, has hexproof. World Break targets steam vents. And pass. And I think that should lock it up. Kavu, pitch a card, draw a card. Pitches Leyline. Block with Sire. No reason not to. Again, it has pseudo hexproof at this point. And fetch down to 4. Sacred Foundry, shock. Down to 2. I mean, you play Flage and then that's it. Opponent scoops it up. Alright. I mean, we were in a dangerous position for a while there. Wasescape, though, came in clutch multiple times, so can't complain with that. That said, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. It's a bit fragile, but we'll keep. If we can draw into a soul land, that would be fantastic. Misty Rainforest fetch. For a forest. Sprawl. Red. And pass. And pass. Looks like Belch. So you want Myco spawn into Myco spawn, basically. Alright, we'll pass and pass. So we're going to go non-kicked Myco spawn into kicked Myco spawn, and we're going to go for Ghost Quarter on the second one. Land Bolt, Archaeologist or Trainer? Trainer. If I can draw into a soul land here, which is 8 hits off the top, that would be Fantastic. Lotus Bloom. Cast Lotus Bloom, so we'd love to see an Emrakul at some point. World Breaker. So cast Myco. For E-Temp. And pass. And pass. Again, we're going to kick Myco into Ghost Quarter, so we'd love to find another land at some point for Breaker as a follow-up. Another Trainer. Draw into Autolog Teachings. Plays the Teachings, draw, E-Temp. If you were one turn sooner, that would have been fantastic. Attack. No blocks. E-Temp. Kick. Myco Spawn. Get rid of the Teachings. And then go Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter, target you, and pass. And pass. Seagate. And passing, draw. K command. Go to combat. Next turn they'll have 5, potentially 6. I will cast World Breaker. Get rid of the Seagate and pass. So most will have 5 next turn is the thought. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 into the Flood Maw. Rude, but fine. You gave me a fish. Okay. Why do that? I do wonder if maybe playing the Null Drifter to the Sire would have been right instead. Yeah, maybe a Sire would have been right, because then we present lethal. You know, they cast Belcher here, they don't have enough mana, and you can see, we'll take it. So that's Belcher, win for game 1. Let's move to game 2. We are going to want Flute, Dismember. There is some thought to Trinisphere as well. Go to sideboard. We can cut. I actually don't want to cut anything there. Sire 7 Deaths for the most part is kind of rough in this matchup. If we do want Trinispheres, we can cut Chrysalis for them. Wastegate Battle Mage is kind of okay. Yeah, maybe we do bring in 4 Trinispheres. And run it like this. This Trinisphere can slow them down pretty significantly, both on their free spells as well as Lotus Bloom. On the draw for game 2, I will keep Gemstone, Pitch, Sprawl. Pass. So we have Flute on 2. Draw. Interesting. I mean, I think we just fire this off now. Probably on their upkeep. Cast Flute. Spell Snare, rough. Maybe I should have just fired it off on my turn then. Lotus Bloom. Land, pass. Ugin Lab, Imprint. In that case, I mean, they don't have 3. They could have Jawari Disruption, so we could go X equals 2. And I'll go to upkeep again. I'm just trying to not play into a force if I can help it. Let's not play into a Jawari Disruption if we can help it as well. X equals 2. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. I'm thinking top and draw and pass. And draw. So Sanctum. Green. 2, 4, 5, 7. Sanctum of Ugin trigger, World Breaker, target Plaza. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go for Sowing Myco Spawn. And pass. And pass. Seagate, Bolt, Tameshi, Flute. So what I'm gonna do here then is Windswept Teeth, fetch for a forest, kick, Myco Spawn, kick Seagate. Go. I will still go Ghost Quarter actually, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll go Ghost Quarter. Go to combat. I doubt that they will block, but let's test. Flute. Flute resolves. Those are words. Goblin Belcher. And pass. And pass. Cast Lotus Bloom. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Would love a land so we can go for Breaker and Ghost Quarter. That would be ideal. But I'm just going to scoop it up. We'll take the win. Alright. We'll be back for match 5. Alright. We're back for match 5. On the draw for game 1. I think we're going to keep here. And that's going to be interesting. This is two Eldrazi specialists. Though maybe Sick will surprise me and not being on Eldrazi today. Alright. I will pass in full. We're going to go Ugin Lab, Breaker, Talisman. Ideally find Rumble into a temple so I can kick the Myco spawn. That's my thought, at least. And pass. Sporific Springs, Sporific Springs. What? Stock up. Interesting. Could it be Eldrazi turns? Maybe. Passing, draw, sprawl. Well, let's fire off the Rumble. Force. Yeesh, pitches a force for a force. That's not going to leave me with much, so I need to draw into a land here now. Okay, so it looks like it's mono blue Tron. Caversols, name Eldrazi. Sowing Myco spawn for green. They're not towards Tron yet, so we don't need to force the Ghost Quarter. Okay, command X equals 2 here would be a bit rough, admittedly. And pass, thankfully no K command, good stuff. So be able to Myco spawn. There's mine. We probably want to go for the quarter now. Land would be nice. Because we want to go after the Ugin Lab, and then go after that. Like I said, a land here would be ideal. That way we can ideally try and get into the world break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So going Utopia Sprawl here is a-okay. They would need main deck Consign to deal with Myco. We'll go red. Kick. Green. One too many, but it's fine. Kick Lab. Turn sideways. And grab Ghost Quarter. We will go to... Is there a reason to go to upkeep, right? Or go to draw? Maybe. Go to draw. Well, actually, first let's go to combat. So 5, 7. Combat for 3. Down to 14. End step. I will Ghost Quarter the mine. I guess that actually doesn't matter too much, the order there, just because they had it untapped regardless, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would love a land for the world break. There's a tower. You're right to play that out. So yeah, we'd love the world break. At this point, we need a land off top. 4 for Karn, Otawara. We need a soul land now. Ugin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rough. Yeah, we'll cast the Talisman. The combat. That was a smart play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stock up, looking for the mine. If they hit it, they have 5 mana. They are at a pretty low life total, though, is the thing. You hit it Power Plant. Put a pause on end step. Return Breaker to hand. And draw. Sire, Breaker, and we'll go after the tower. Down the 2, lethal's on board. Unless they Portent of Calamity into something insane, I don't foresee them winning this. This is Tron. I guess you can still consider this Eldrazi Tron. We didn't see Eldrazi yet, so this is just Tron. But I am going to guess Portent of Calamity is played here. Ugin's back. Draw. Could be a K command. So we're going to hold the K return for now. Lethal damage. Here comes the K command, as expected. Resolves. And before blocks. One of the few times K return is actually useful in these type of matches. Trying to think how we want to sideboard after this, though, and I'm not entirely certain. I'll see if they have a force, we're in trouble. I mean, not really in trouble, but it would be a bit rough, admittedly. K return. And we got there. Alrighty then. Let's see. Sideboard wise, I mean, we want our World Breakers, we want our Myco Spawn. I don't think Dismember Trinisphere is really doing much here. Don't even think Flute does much either. Do we really not have much for this matchup? Like, this is one of the instances where Stone Rain would be nice. Portent of Calamity is what I need to worry about, though. We'll bring in Consigned Memory, potentially even on, like, a rare chance they could bring in Harbinger. I mean, it wouldn't be any stranger than Eldrazi Ramp playing Magus, so maybe we bring in Dismember. The problem is, like, what do I cut the K returns for? I guess we'll just cut the K returns for the Wasescape. Yeah, let's do that. And run it back. Yeah, I think that might be the best play. Gives us some artifact removal. We're able to bounce something in the off chance that becomes relevant. But I really just want to go into Mega Spawn kicks. I'll keep. We'll tuck the Drifter, tuck the Breaker, K command dig for green. In the meantime, if we find green, we can rumble. We'll keep. Pass. Lab, Imprint, Emrakul, pass. World Break, tuck Drift, pass. Hold up the ability to respond. And pass, no blue. There's E-Temp. E-Temp, I'm gonna hold until their upkeep. I'm gonna cast K command now to ensure it resolves. And done. Looking for green. As much as I want the Myco Spawn and the command, I really need a green source. That's not a green source. Draw. And that's not a green source either. Son of a... Alright, well, we're gonna tuck the breaker and just apply pressure then. Not what I want to be doing. Like, maybe it was right to go for the K command so we could dig. We would have had 8, 6, but no, we wouldn't have been able to... The problem is we wouldn't have been able to kick the Myco spawn after, right? Because we would have had 6, 4, 5. Yeah, we would have been short. Ugh. Looking a bit grim. I mean, next turn we can play the Null Drift, and the Annihilator triggers will be pretty beneficial. Also, that a top draw, top bottom draw. Okay. I mean, imagine if they had the Tron land, they just windmill slam it. They could also go for Portent of Calamity. I'm trying to remember the right number for Portent. I think it might be like 7 is like the sweet spot. 4, 5, 6. I mean, 6 wouldn't be bad. Tower. So whiff on the Tron land. That's an Ugin. That's fine. It does take our attention off their life total, unfortunately. And draw. Cavern. Jesus. So Ugin. Or rather, we're attacking Ugin. We simply cannot ignore it, knowing what it can do. 2, 4, 5. Return Null Drifter to hand. Please, for the love of God, find myself a green source. Tuck Breaker. Cast Drifter. Drifter. Seriously? Alright, well, we can attack Ugin of Drifter, attack Sire, target you. Ugin will be down, and you'll be at 19. Again, I desperately am wanting a green source here. Somehow just whiffed super hard. Ugin plus, looking for a Tron land, specifically Urza Mine. 7 in hand. What in the world do you have? I mean, I wonder if Sick has the same issue that I'm having, which is they don't have any blue. That would be a bit funny for both having this weird problem of seeing none of our colored sources. And on top of that, not seeing any colored sources and not seeing an Urza's Mine would suck. Because, yeah, stock up, their counter magic. Hell, they might even play Null Drifter for the Evoke. I'd imagine that Blue Tron does. I'd be surprised if it didn't, right? Portent. Yeah. Ah, there's the mine. Shoot. Passing, though. Stomping Grounds. Alright, well, this forces their hand. So, shock. Kick Myco. We'll go after the mine. Two. Yep, 10. Thankfully we can phase change. We'll go after the Ghost Quarter. And phase change. So you could K command. You can try and go after the drift. Yeah, shoot. Yep, K command X equals 8. Goes after the drift. Hugin finds nothing. combat, we're gonna go after the Ugin. You give me the Ugin or block with 7 spawns? You give me the Ugin. End step. I imagine you return the Emrakul. We'll go to draw, and then Ghost Quarter the power plant. Ooh, actually, maybe giving them a blue source was a bad idea. Yeah, in retrospect, maybe that was not smart. At the same time, if they found a mine that has SOL as well, because now they can portent for a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if that was the wrong move in retrospect. Because if they found the mine, it would have been 6, 10, 18. They would have had the Emrakul, is the problem. Whereas now they have access to portent. And it would be X equals... Was it single blue or double blue? I forget. If it's double blue, it would be 8, 10, 12. And that would definitely get them a hit. Tower. Yeah, I'm in danger. Ugin's fine. Okay. I'm fine with this. 7, 0. So, World Breaker to hand. Draw. And draw. Sprawl. Sanctum of Ugin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will go after Emrakul. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Blue can sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sign the memory for both. I guess for all 3, yeah. And all triggers are gone. Combat at Ugin. And pass. Ugin to 2. And passing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we will be able to world break next turn. Crack Sanctum for sowing Myco spawn. Yeah, this is definitely a rather interesting match now. Yeah, maybe giving them the blue was wrong. Maybe it was. I mean, they haven't drawn into blue otherwise. I feel like I just couldn't risk them just playing the Emrakul. Yeah. Like I said, we'll world break next turn, re-trigger the Sanctum. Again, trying to get rid of the Ugin Lab. Ooh, what is this? Oh god. This is Portent for 11? What is this? K command for? K command. For 9. Jeez. And holding up blue for another consign would be my guess. Yeah, that would be my guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in Myco spawn, we're going to attack the Ugin. Block. World Breaker to hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, let's see if you have the consign again. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 11. We'd be short for Emrakul. Do you have the consign? Yes, you do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he could K command X equals 5, go for a Sowing Myco spawn. But also trigger the Sanctum. So we could guarantee. Oh, interesting. 4. Very interesting. I mean, I'll go for it. For Sowing Myco spawn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. We'll go Myco spawn. And pass. Another blue source. Ugin take up. Return. Is that enough? Am I crazy? Is that 15? 12. Oh, yeah, that is. I'm in danger. Yes, I mean, I don't foresee a way back out of this. Annihilator 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yeah. 24. Draw, map, trigger. Map. I'm trying to think if I have any outs. I really don't, because the Annihilator 6 every turn. Temple, X2. That would still exile all. We'll just concede. Oof. So loss for game 2. Yeah, it's possible the Ghost Quarter may have cost me. I'm trying to think at this point. I guess we could go Flute for Ugin. That is a thought. Cut the Gemstone, cut the Bog. Maybe bring in 2 Flute. There's also a thought to like maybe bringing back in the K returns, as strange as that sounds. 2 Flutes, maybe cut a Sire for the 3rd Flute. Yeah, let's do this. This way we can just brick the Ugin. Because it seems that they're pretty defensive. You know, like trying to control the board and just use Ugin to their advantage into the Emrakul for the finishing blow. We haven't seen any other 7-mana value spells, though I'd be surprised if we didn't see Devourer as well. Oh, that's weird. I mean, I'll keep it. 7-mana value spell would make this fantastic. Opponent, yep, there's the Devourer with 6. Temp, pass, and pass. Let's see what they exile. If no 7-mana value spell, we'll go for the Talisman. Actually, I'll go for the blue Talisman first, just so that way if it eats a force, we still have a red source. Portent Mine, blue. I'm gonna guess Lab into Tuck Devourer would be my guess. Mine. Passing. So Tron would be my guess then. We'll go Lab. No Imprint. Talisman. Pass. Okay, no force then. Yeah, so I'm guessing Natural Tron is in the mix. Again, would love to see a 7-mana value spell. So we can start firing off these K commands. Lab, Imprint, Devourer, 3. Talisman, draw. So that's a blue source. Interesting. Lab. Trigger. We're going to use K command as a permission spell. No imprint. Talisman of Impulse. And we're going to go for a K command X2. There's a power plant. Pause on end step. K command X equals 2. And done. Resolves. Second Mycospawn top. Cost 3 more. They'd have to pay the full 4. Would flute work? Blue 3. They'd be able to consign 2 triggers. Draw. Jesus. Well, I will kick a Mycospawn. What did you exile? You exiled a mine. We'll go after the mine. Do you have consign? 4 cards in hand. Or do you have a K command? Nope, that's consign. Yep. Resolves. So that's the full suite. And I will pass. Alright, do you have Tron? You do not. Passing. Alright, let's try again. Temple. Kick. Again, we go after the mine. Paying cost for another consign. Oh boy. 2 cards in hand. So I think we do just go sowing Mycospawn into Ghost Court. Cast sowing Mycospawn. trigger. Do you have a third consign? I mean, that would be just as insane as me having 3 Myco spawn. Ghost Court. Ghost Quarter, target, mine. Pass. So we have access to the K command next turn to dig. Do you have a K command for X equals 2? Looks like it. X equals 2. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little bit worried about portent for 6. Because is it double blue or single blue? Single blue, yeah. A little bit worried about portent. Oh, geez. Want this? There's Ugin. Okay, we can shut down Ugin, so I'm not as worried about that now. And draw. So, first and foremost, let's get them to block the spawn. Perfect. I'm going to K command and force check. I'll hold my green-red source back, both for Chrysalis, but also for the flute. You have a force. You do not. We have a second flute. So I want to go K command top. We can Wayscape Battle Mage. So I'm thinking flute bottom. Temple bottom. Wayscape top. Wayscape will kick. So green, colorless, colorless. Kick the talisman. Disruptor flute. Name Ugin, Eye of the Storms. And pass. Okay, Ugin's locked out. We have a K command next turn. We can start beating face. Four cards in hand. And access to 5 mana. We know they don't have force, based on the fact that none of that got forced. Draw. K command, combat. Attack you, attack you. I mean, if they bounce the flute, we can just cast it immediately, right? So we'll pass. K command. X equals 3. Targets, no targets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I do think I'll let this resolve. 3 spawns. That gives them 8 mana. I'm going to exile Scrydraw here. Maybe hold back 2 so that way I can recast the flute as needed. And done. Another Wayscape Battle Mage. Can bounce a spawn. Sire 7 Deaths. Another flute. We could flute for Portent, actually. Cavern of Souls doesn't seem bad. So I'm thinking we go... Oh. I'm gonna go bottom. Top, top, top and draw. What I'm scared of the most right now is a portent. Of Calamity. And pass. Five cards in hand. There's Karn. Okay. Karn could go for bridge. I have no green sources now. Shit. That's a problem. I mean, Karn going for bridge, though, would put them into an awkward position. This is the first time we've seen Karn this entire game. That's wild. You'd still be able to attack, which is nice. What do you grab with Karn? And you could go Liquid Metal. Yeah, having no solid green sources actually is rough. There's Liquid Metal. They do not play Liquid Metal. Go to combat. Attack at Karn. Attack at Karn. The block with the spawns. Leave one back. Karn takes a hit. We could just play the Wastscape here. That way we have another body on board. Especially if they play the Devourer. And let's do that. Unfortunately, I can't do much else, but let's make it work. And pass. Do you have a consign? Also, I realized I should have played the temple, used the temple instead of the labs. At least this way we can attack down Karn. Now they have access to 5 mana. If they have a power, or mine rather, then they have access to a lot more. They could go for bridge, but I don't think bridge is enough. Actually, they can't go for bridge, never mind. We attack Karn. That's right. There's a reason why I did that. There's Liquid Metal, no targets for Ugin. Liquid Metal target Temple. Temple goes up in flames. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're short on the Sire now. We're going to attack all at Karn. There's no reason not to at this point. They're at a pretty significant time deficit, so the more awkward this becomes, the better off I'm in. Kind of access to 5 mana. Like I said, we're taxing Portent, so it costs 4 plus X. That's good. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're short on the sire. No attacks with the spawn. Go to, yep, pick it up. Go to combat. All attack at Karn. And at that point, we'll just pass in full. 2, 4, 6. Yep, pass in full. No blocks. Karn down. We see a K command for 3. I guess I should probably hold up the ability to respond on the off chance that they bounce the flute. There's stock up. Stock up resolves. Imagine that they're looking for another mine. They miss on the mine, have another stock up. There's a lab. Lab imprint. Imprints Hugin. Alright. Draw. Myco spawn. Kick. 2, 4, 5, 6. Go after the power plant. And we'll go Cavernous Souls. No, I'll go Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Go to combat. All creatures at you. Down to 10. Lethal's on board. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So nowhere near Emrakul just yet. Portent would be for only 4, since it's right now taxed for 3. Sperific Springs, passing, go to combat. Attack all at you. Block a Myco. Down to 3. Forest. Sprawl. Do I even need to play at mana neutral? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't. Sprawl. That way we have more things to sack in case of an Emrakul. For red. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's just to empty our hand at this point. And pass. Alright, comes down to this, I think. Otawara, there's Portent, and pass. Portent for 8. I mean, imagine they find an Emrakul. They do find an Emrakul. There's Emrakul. Ugin does have a target. And pass. Annihilator 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I block. And we should win here on time. Devourer. And GG's. That was a close one. But even with Devourer, right, we would have still had lethal damage on board. Yeah. So even then, we still would have had a lethal. GG's. That was a close one. I do wonder if actually no, if we had just held up mana for the flute, we would have ended up losing to Emrakul, so casting the Sire was very necessary. GG's though. That was a very good match. With that being said though, that there will be the end of today's video. We ended with a, let's see, that will get us to a 4-1 record at the end of 5, so cannot complain with that. Wastegate Battle Mage actually impressed me quite a lot. I was very surprised by that, but I think this is going to be a good inclusion. So very happy to have that added to our arsenal. With that being said though, as I mentioned earlier, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. If you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, which at that point, I'll be able to start saving up towards a stream PC, as I'll be able to start monetizing my videos over here on YouTube. And if we do get a stream PC, I'll be able to stream live over on Twitch. That way you can always join me live as I record these videos as well. In the meantime though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over on my Patreon, where you can get early access to my YouTube videos, as well as any updates I make to my deck guides. With that being said, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!